Okay, we're live. Welcome, everybody. We are streaming onto the Anaheim Community Foundation page, and today we are meeting with Voice of Refugees, a nonprofit that also serves Anaheim. This is a part of the ImpACT Giving Day Giving Day series, so we're taking time out every day to learn and meet with a new nonprofit that serves Anaheim. So welcome, Viola and Joe.
Thank you, Victoria, for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So my typical first question is this your first live conversation or first time going live on Facebook?
It absolutely is for me.
Yay! Viola, you too?
Me too. In USA, yes, me too.
That's great. Well, good. Thank you for stretching and for going outside your comfort zone. I think in today's day with nonprofit, well, anyone, right, in any industry, but specifically nonprofits, it's good to stretch ourselves and try new things. So thank you for giving this a shot.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So let's first start off with just who are you personally and who are you to the organization? And then I know you have a video that you'd like to share, but let's just learn who's on the call. Joe, why don't you go first?
Sure. I'm Joe Gadotti. I'm the Executive Director of Voice of Refugees, actually fairly new to the position since January of this year. However, I've been involved with VOR for 9 years. I started out, I heard about it through a brother-in-law who used to be the Executive Director, and I just gave a helping hand volunteering. And then that lasted a couple of years. I became an executive pastor of a church in Huntington Beach. And then I was able to VOR through financially, but also sending many more volunteers. I've just had a heart for folks that women and children who have been gone through struggles and difficult times. And the organization VOR just really is a great fit for me personally.
Oh, that's great. I love hearing stories of volunteers turn staff and then moving their way up. So that's great. Viola, you want to share who you are and what your role is?
My name is Viola Wahba. I am Egyptian. I joined with the VOR staff 2016. I like to help new families, refugee, asylum people, because when we came the first time, I came with my daughter, 2008. We had some struggle and some difficult times, so I can feel and compassion with all family, new family coming to United States. That's why I try to help them and support them.
We're frozen a little bit, Victoria.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think I was also. Sound is coming through. Live and web and
Awesome.
technology.
We're having a great time.
So good. So let's jump into the video. Hopefully we won't have any troubles with that. Let's see this video really quick. It's about 1.5 minutes long, and then we'll come back. So okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. That's great. I think we lost Joe there. So hopefully, Joe, if you are watching, just come back in. I think we just lost him, but what a great video. So Viola, do you want to share with us some of the things that we just saw in there? It looks like a lot of your programming.
First of all, I want to share with when I came to United States. Actually, my daughter got a U.S. immigration lottery in 2008, and as our tradition, we can't leave single young lady alone. So I came with her a couple of times, and my husband, we exchanged together. And she is architectural engineer, interior design, and she started work with the Karma TV and studied in UCLA. And now she's interior design with and civil design with traffic control. She's married. She is married and left to Hong Kong with her husband, engineer, computer engineer, Amir. My son came to United States 2011, and he is civil engineer. He studied fundamental engineer and professional engineer, and he worked as claim specialist in LA company. I work in Egypt with as a civil engineer also in USAID, U.S. International Development Agency Development, supervising or construction work for water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. I study in California, Sacramento, operation and maintenance of water treatment.
Water is important. Water is very important.
Yes.
A lot of people get their start in the water district, so good for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We lost you there for a second, Joe. So I just asked Viola to share a little bit more about her and the programs that we just saw in the video, and she was sharing about how she's experienced some of them as well.
Yes.
Do you want to maybe add on to what we just saw and the
Sure.
programs that you offer?
Sure. Well, VOR has been working in the Anaheim community for over 10 years now. We were started actually by 3 immigrants who immigrated to the United States, one from Palestine, one from Iraq, and another from Jordan. And what they experienced coming to the United States, they wanted to present a very welcoming face to the people coming from the Middle East and North Africa. They wanted to be able to connect in the community as Americans have for hundreds of years. And so we exist to put God's love into action, to be a really welcoming community, to really help them understand the new context they find themselves in, and to be able to really eventually thriving. Who we're serving are people that many were never planning on leaving their home countries. They were forcibly displaced, unfortunately, for many internal conflicts in a country. Could be a war or persecution. There's many reasons people are displaced from their country. So you can imagine planning to move to another city or another state, but to maybe have a week, maybe a few days to gather all your belongings and leave. And honestly, most refugees leave everything and just have to go. And the refugees we serve came through the UN, and we have many asylum seekers that have left their home country, come to Southern California to find what we all want is a better life, a place where your family feels safe and secure. Unfortunately, their funds normally dry out fairly quickly. They don't get work permits for a while. There's multiple avenues. So what we do at VOR is we help stabilize the family first. We help with furniture, donated furniture we take, and we provide to families. Household items. Just think of your house, all the items. Refugee, you're coming with the clothes off your back. An asylee seeker is coming for many reasons. They have a valid visa to come to the U.S., but they don't come with belongings either. So homes need to be furnished. And so we give them room. One of the biggest items we give out are mattresses, because families sleeping on the floor for a long time. So we want to get them off the floor, at least get them in a mattress and a bed, provide kitchen tools. So we stabilize the family in providing tangible goods. One of the big things is you saw families in the video with food delivery. Normally, pre-COVID, we were serving 40 families a week. Once COVID hit, we have a campus on Gilbert Street in Anaheim that we had to close, where all of our services, and I'll get into that. But we stopped them all except for food delivery. Today, we're delivering to 220 families a week. We deliver about 40 pounds, which is almost enough for 4 days of food for a family. And we deliver because it keeps a constant contact with the family. We can at least see them masked to face normally.
Yeah.
And we can be welcoming. We can see how the family's doing. We can pray for them. Just in other words, there's a connection. And if they need other help, it's a point where we can hear from them. So we've provided that to help the family integrate into the U.S. And when I say integrate, I mean understand the culture we're in, the process. Viola spends tons of time helping people through the residency process. Very complicated. But it's also complicated putting a child in school. They may have come from Afghanistan, Syria,
It is.
Israel, Lebanon, so many, Tunisia, all sorts of countries. To be able to take that child and slot them into the U.S. school system, it's not easy, is it, Viola?
Yes.
It's not easy.
No, I have a 4-year-old, and I had to enroll him into preppy K, and it wasn't easy for me. So there were many moments where I'm like, why am I doing this twice? And why this system and then this system, and then this doesn't talk to daycare, and daycare doesn't talk. It's even for me, right? Even for me, with all the technology and with all the resources, and also with the language, right? I can walk into the school, I can talk to the secretary and say, tell me what to do. I'm not sure if I'm following it correctly. So language, I'm assuming, is also a problem and a barrier.
It's huge. And that is one of our cornerstones in helping families stabilize, or to stabilize and to integrate, is ESL classes. We used to be full of ESL students here. Right now, we're online. We just started a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago, and we're learning. We're learning. The technology is challenging for a lot of us. It is for me, but thank goodness there are younger kids at home, plenty of kids at home that help mom and dad with ESL. We have about 18 to 20 students right now. We hope to really expand that over the next few weeks. And so ESL, you're absolutely correct. So we teach ESL from illiteracy. We work with people one-on-one up to level 3 right now. So it's just a great help. And Viola, you can break in at any time if you have a comment about ESL. But also she's also helping with medical. just understanding the medical system. You know, you have educational system, the government, the medical, how to navigate somewhat larger families. The
Right.
average family size is five, around 5, 6. So it's not easy to navigate. You think like you said with language, it makes it complicates.
Language
Very
and
much.
language and driving. This is the
Oh,
most important. Yeah. So how we help them and support them for driving classes and
Yes.
applying in DMV for written test, and after that practicing with behind wheel test. So this is a very important for any family. They struggle from two, language and driving, especially in California. So
yes,
Yes,
if
transportation. Yeah, right. Navigating the transportation system. If it's not driving, even just
yeah,
navigating our system here in Orange County, we're not like New York, right? We don't have a subway system, and it's hard to walk everywhere in
yes,
where we are.
it
Yeah,
is.
and I love, Joe, that you mentioned in the very beginning, because I think it's important as nonprofits talk about their mission and what they do for clients. Also giving education to the public, that just hear or see the word refugee and instantly go one place. I like how you shared in the beginning that these are individuals that didn't ask they didn't want to leave. They love their country. They wish they could stay there, but unfortunately, due to what's happening, the United States has, they've been placed here, and now they're just trying to do their best to navigate a system that we created. Um, do you also go into that as an organization? Is that also part of your mission, educating, advocating around the refugee community?
We advocate for refugees. We're not political in that sense. We've tried to keep our focus on serving the community, and it
Mm-hmm.
takes up a lot of time. We're a small organization, a staff of
Yeah.
4, actually 5 now. But any chance we get in a large group setting, we do definitely educate. We go through what we call loss simulation, and
Oh,
yes, to help people get a sense of the lack of control. Americans, we're very used to controlling our environment. The medical system gives us a feeling as even in this current.
oh, I lost you for a second. You're frozen, Joe.
yeah.
Give him a minute. Joe, if you can hear me, you're frozen and not coming through. So just FYI. Viola, is there anything you want to add to what he
Yeah,
was saying?
yeah. Actually, it's VR. It's not only for English language, but we support family with different way.
Okay.
As I said, for driving, how to get license for driving. I help them also for applying online to search for job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, job search. Yeah, and I
Okay.
support them because, of course, their language is little bit. So I went with them like manufacturer, like any office to work. I go to try to help for translation. And when they have appointment with doctor, I try to help also for appointment for doctor and their kids. They have to make to have vaccination before they register for school. So this is type
Right.
of supporting family because they don't know about the system
Yeah.
in
So
USA. Yeah.
you just
And
really walk them, right? You walk and guide them through the process step by step.
yeah. And I pick up ladies from home to VR and I give them drive to go back to home again. If some lady has no work, no car, not driving yet. So I support them to help to give them ride coming to VR and back to home. I went with most of family at the beginning to social services office agency to apply for food stamp, to apply for medical, all this kind of support and helping. We are not only for English language, but also there are many other like we had a picnic, so we have fellowship with family, all the family, not only the lady, but we met with husband, with kids. So in picnic we had a very nice fellowship. Sometimes we went to the sea. We have a picnic at the sea, so we have a nice time together to share together and to have a very nice time together. Every month we have a party for birthday. The last week in the month we have a party for birthday, so we make like potluck. So we have a Syrian family. We have Iraq food, Syrian food, Iraq food, and Middle East, all Middle East, Lebanon, Egyptian. Everyone share with the a potluck. So we always have a very very fun time and very nice
That's
time
great.
together. Yes, yeah,
Oh, it sounds like fun. It sounds delicious. You're making me hungry.
yeah. You're
What
right.
is your
Yeah. Yeah.
on average, Viola, what is your caseload? How many families are you having to work with and track on a regular basis?
Actually, the average about 30 family, but
30
we
families?
keep 30. What is the average, do you think, Mr. Joe, per week, per day? 30, they attending classes and we support them. 30 family.
35, 40 class. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But they change. Some people going got work, so they start work and new family coming. So we always
Good.
We're serving families probably for 2 to 4 years. It's not they families come at the beginning, they get work, and then they'll go,
yes.
and they have another need, they'll come back. So we have families constantly moving in and out. So we have over a contact with 1,000 families, but regular contact between 200 and 300 families over the year.
Okay. Wonderful. So sorry we lost you there for a second. You were
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember your thought, if you want to finish it.
I think I was talking just about the medicals, just integrating, helping families integrate.
Yeah.
But we do focus also on youth. I want to this summer we're doing a summer student program, a camp we call it, summer student camp, and
Okay.
they've done it for years here at VOR. Last year I think they had 63 students attending, and it was in person. This year it will be online, and
Okay.
I believe we're going to be doing some in-person outings too, which will be fantastic for people to see face and face, 6 feet apart, of course, and that. But it's a time where and it's so important. This year we strengthen some academics to prepare students for the fall. This year they probably have struggled a bit with the internet, online learning, and so we plan on strengthening that with some academics. We do character building. We have what we call the Youth Leadership Corps. The high schoolers not only get to receive, but they give to give back. They give back. They help the younger students, and then also they do a service project in Anaheim helping the community out. So it runs for 5 weeks this year online. We'll just see how that goes. We're really looking forward to it, though.
That's good. You're trying to do something, which I think is good. Any way we can stay connected with the community, especially our youth right now, I think is very important. Very important. So how else are you supporting Anaheim? Are you located in Anaheim? You said you had a spot on Gilbert Street. Talk more about the landscape and why Anaheim.
Yes. Well, Anaheim, also known as Little Arabia, we're centrally located in Little Arabia. We rent space. We've and we just call it the Voice of Refugees Learning Center, because there we do the ESL classes, cultural classes. We do job coaching, help with resumes. We host. You saw Women's Day on there to gather probably 100 ladies from the community to help them get some direct input and help from nurses, maybe a lawyer, counselor, mental health professionals, just to get some direct input, because the community here is very different than the communities they've come from. And from a woman's aspect, it gives them that opportunity to really understand what's happening around them. And so, yeah, we've been at this spot here in Little Arabia for about, I think, 7 or 8 years. So
Great. And so as we approach Giving Day, what are you focusing on when people give next Wednesday? Next Wednesday is the Giving Day. What can people expect that your funds are being needed for, used for, and do you have a match?
Yes. Well, we're so excited. We actually have an $8,000 match. An anonymous donor really
wonderful.
was very gracious. So every dollar someone donates up to 8,000 is going to get doubled right away. So that's just such an honor. And we really do want to empower our youth. They've been isolated for a while, so the summer camp will definitely benefit. We're going to try to make those outings exciting for them. You know, get out of the community, get back at the beach, have a meal together or a few meals together. We hope, honestly, maybe to buy some computers. Everybody we're communicating with in their homes, there's probably 3 to 4 phones in the home, but hardly anybody has a computer. So we'd really like to be able to use some of these funds to buy some technology and to be a help to them. And also parents, help them to understand technology. We want to offer some parenting classes we'll use the funds for. We have a lot of great uses for the funds for the summer camp and then following after. Our population, those we're serving, COVID may be feeling like it's ending for many people, or they're getting ready to be released from it. But who we serve have been on the financial cliff for years. And we've had still 80% are being negatively impacted and will continue to be so, we feel, for months going towards the end of the year. So any dollar given will be a help to the youth and also to their families.
That's great. Well, congrats on the $8,000 match. That's a big number, but it can be met during these times, and it's anonymous. So I think that just goes to show that, to nonprofits that are listening right now, that giving hasn't stopped. Giving is going on. If anything, from what I've been reading, giving is increasing, especially among individual and anonymous donors like the one you received. So that's great, and I love how it's being streamed or directed to the youth. Would you say for in your program, what's the number of youth that are represented, like percentage of youth in your I guess in your operations?
So total number of youth. We also offer childcare on site, so the family can. We actually drive and pick up our students. Our students are. They don't feel. A lot of women do not feel comfortable, and culturally, it may not be acceptable for them to ride in buses alone. So we make every effort to go out into the community for women who may be isolated and bring them in to help with ESL, to help with all the things we talked about. So, but to answer your questions, we're probably the service as far as youth, probably 50 to 40% of our service. A big part of our service is honestly to women, but 40% probably to the youth directly.
Okay, got it. Got it. Well, you have a lot of supporters that are chiming in on Facebook that are saying thank you and great job and how much they love you. So it's evident that you're doing amazing things in the community. And I'm excited for Giving Day next Wednesday. Everybody to know, everybody watching, listening, please like, comment, share. If you, those of you who love VOR, go to their Facebook page and like it. There's many ways to give other than just financially. So there's multiple ways to support your org. Any other things you want to share to those listening or that will be watching later about ways to give?
Well, you've already mentioned Giving Wednesday coming up. We have tons of volunteer opportunities still. Go to our website. They can give of their time. We have one-on-one tutoring, conversational English that can happen one-on-one, all online. And I don't want to end without thanking those that have actually been a part of VOR in the past. I'm new again. From the board of directors to the many churches that have been supporting us and businesses that have been supporting us. And we're, like I said, we're a staff of 5. And when you have serving 300 families approximately a year, it happens because of the dedication and the compassion of volunteers that come in daily to be a help, to make a real difference in the lives of men, women, and children. And I want to just say we're so thankful for what they've done. And we're thankful for the work you're doing, Victoria, and creating this opportunity for this ImpACT Anaheim next Wednesday. I just hope every nonprofit is getting the word out. And it's just such a great opportunity. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, this is one of the best parts of my job is getting to learn about nonprofits that exist in the community and getting to learn about what you're doing and how you're serving the community and then sharing that and making connections. So no, this is a treat for me because I didn't know a lot about you, and this is the way that you do those things, right? By jumping on and taking risks and just rolling with it. So you guys did great. Thank you so much. Any final comments or last words you want to share before we close out? Viola?
Thank you. I just want to add, we have annually a big event for dinner, for Thanksgiving dinner. So we all families together, about 400, maybe over, and have a nice dinner with all families. Very, very nice time to share with all families. And also we have in Christmas time we distribute a very nice gift for all the children, kids. We
Okay.
visit them at home, so we connect with all family, with all kids. So this is a very nice time we had also annually. Yeah.
Oh, great. No, it's very important to keep the community and give them their moment for their culture as much as possible, right? To help with that transition and for comfort. I know culture is comforting, so it's great that you guys do that. Joe, any last thoughts?
Well, she just reminded me, hospitality in this culture, you feel the love through food, and it really is.
Yes.
I plan on, I have gained a little weight, but it's just been such a pleasure meeting people welcoming me into their homes. Again, if people really want to get out of their comfort zone, and really be a help to a people that have not always been welcomed. What a great opportunity here in Anaheim. And we're not the only community that needs help, but we certainly have a community that is so loving. Once you get to know them, and we can give you that opportunity. They want to learn, and they have a lot to give. They have a lot to give to us. And so that's why we're here. We want to give them the opportunity to stabilize, to integrate, but thriving means to give back. And I have people we've donated food to right before this call. She says, I've collected too much of these particular items. Can I donate them back to you? I said, absolutely, absolutely. We'll get them into the another hand that needs them. Canned goods.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, what a great way to end, just to show that it's not just about receiving, that they also want to pay it back and say, look, I appreciate what's coming, and if I can give, then it's good for everyone to hear that it's not just about taking, that it's also about giving when it's possible. So thank you for bringing that to light. Well, this was wonderful. Thank you both for joining us and for talking about your mission, and I wish you the best of luck next Wednesday. Everybody watching, don't forget this isn't over. Come back to VOR's page and Anaheim Community Foundation page to get updates on the Giving Day. So thank you.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.